My grandmother has this annoying habit of giving money to people who are helpful. It's one thing if she gives spare change to tricycle drivers who offer to help her carry heavy boxes of groceries up to her house. It's another thing if what happened earlier is she gives a substantial amount of cash to professionals who are just doing their job. Professionals with a steady salary because it is kindness over. We got a decent discount from the services we required earlier due to her senior citizen card. But because of what she did, we might as well have paid the full price. It hurt my struggling Filipino soul to see her give that such give that money such give that much money to working professionals on duty because it's unnecessary. I thought that the amount she gave could have been added to her grocery bills, her hospital bills, her other medical bills, new clothes, new things she would need to care for herself. The reason she is that generous is a combination of several factors. One being she's old. She is 84. She is mentally declining. Uh, she's also used to she and her husband, our dearly departed Lolo, used to give to their workers a little extra to incentivize them and to show their appreciation. The thing is, I've witnessed, encountered, and on several occasions confronted people who took advantage of them. I used to be their guard dog, the one who barks and growls whenever I sense that people are overstepping. And it's still happening today with Lola, so I have to be really watchful and wary of people. It was my pleasure. I took such great pleasure in telling people off. My grandparents needed to be taught to say no, and just as much as other people needed to be taught shame. As a struggling Filipino myself, I understand the urge to swindle and scam kinder people, but I would never do that because I was taught better. And it breaks my heart that up to now, I see friends doing that shit with other friends. I hate people resorting to taking advantage of other kinder. I also can't help but think that maybe it's more than generosity. Maybe it's a strategy. Maybe by giving them this amount of money, they would then be kinder or treat her just as kind as they treated her earlier. The thing is, it's part of their job description to handle their patients well. If they didn't do that, they would get in trouble. They will be held liable. So it's still unnecessary. And also, we paid for their professionalism. Their professionalism was reflected on the bill that we paid. She didn't need to give out that cash to show her appreciation. It's all unnecessary. Also, it would reflect poorly upon their work ethic and creed if they treated patients based on the amount of cash they gave aside from the bill that was handed to us. I also fear that this would lead to a bad outcome rather than the positive reciprocity that she's hoping for. As a jaded, sometimes cynical, struggling Filipino in the Philippines, it is my opinion that you, uh, uh, kind people should ration generosity to those who deserve it. Because if you show generosity to people who are likely to leech off of you, then you're rewarding bad behavior. And people, there's a risk that undeserving Filipinos will see you then as a walking ATM than a person. They would tell their other nasty friends that they can fool you, that they can take advantage of you if you don't learn to say no. It is also sickening to think that kindness can be used as is used as strategy, that by treating people well, you would be less likely a target for, say, gang wars, or would be less likely for your property to be destroyed, that you would be that they you wouldn't be you wouldn't encounter harm from them, that maybe in the that you give them a little bit of cash in the hopes that they wouldn't touch you late one night as you go home.